Well, hello everyone. This is the wonderful Sonic Adventure 2 Dark Story Tournament. And with me I have your everyday speedrunner.
Good morning, evening, or afternoon, or night.
I think this is going to be a interesting race.
I sure think that as well. Do you expect anything extraordinary for this run? Maybe things we haven't seen before?
Probably. Tommy ring route, possibly.
Possibly, yes.
Tower skip.
Tower skip may very well be possible in this run race.
Mini skip.
We'll see. We'll all see.
That's true.
And it looks like we're starting. Alright. So, Iron Gate. What can you tell me about Iron Gate? Alright, I guess I'll tell something about Iron Gate. Iron Gate is the first stage, as you see, in the Dark Story run. We play as Eggman, who is in a mech. Keeping your momentum in the mech can be a little bit annoying, because we... how do I explain this properly? If you're in a mech, if you want to take a sharp turn to either left or the right, you can lose all your momentum.
Yeah. It's a lot of trying to make sure your speed is kept up and try not to run into any walls or anything.
Yes, we see Tommy going for the ring route here, which will allow him to get a speed boost in just a second. Traitor is not going for it. How the ring route works is, if you hit a checkpoint with between 80 and 89 rings, you get a speed boost. This speed boost will help Tommy tremendously. As you can see right now, he's pulling quite a bit ahead. And let's see what time Tommy finishes. He finished with a 1:58. It's very good.
Very good. Traitor finishes with the 2:04.
2:04 is also nothing to scoff at. As we now get into Hotshot. Can you tell a thing or two about Hotshot?
Well, it's the first boss of a Dark Story. And as you see, Tommy, he's staying next to him and just hitting him a few times. While the last hit, he has to go back on a box and then hit him again because of his delay with his... whatever that word is called.
You mean the death animation?
Yes. No.
And Tommy gets the first piece, Offering. That's not a bad piece.
Yeah, not a bad.
He gets a free piece as well. I did not even see that one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Traitor got gun storage area.
Oh, Tommy has an excellent set.
He has really good RNG. This is a really good time.
22.
I would even say that's IL time. If I like for this RNG, yes.
Perfect, like me?
Traitor.
Oh, yeah,
He's
what?
being confused. Gets a chin piece.
That's nice. It's very nice. Oh, he has a jail piece as a second piece. That's unfortunate. Tommy is now into Sand Ocean. Would you agree with me if I said Sand Ocean was one of the most annoying stages?
Yeah.
If not
Very.
the most annoying? This stage is, it's all about cycles. In the beginning we saw Tommy reset. Something Traitor will do as well, just to line up the cycles a little bit better. Tommy did not go for the sand walk. Let's see, maybe Traitor will.
Ooh.
Ooh, Tommy opted to play it safe there. Very smart decision.
Oh, Traitor.
Ooh. That jump is harder than it looks like. It's 3 frames, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Can you tell anything about Traitor as a speedrunner?
Well, Traitor likes to push himself into. He expects better of himself than what he actually does all the time. And he will play it risky to catch up sometimes. So, I think we'll be seeing some of that later in the run. Want to explain
Alright.
what Tommy just did?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where, well, he did a jump, and it's a 2-frame window, I believe, to make that jump.
I do think so as well. It's very tight at least.
And it saves like less than a second, but
Yeah. A good thing about that jump is if you miss it, you still get up there.
yeah.
Just a little bit slower.
Tommy starting Radical Highway.
Yes, Radical Highway. Would you say it's an easy stage?
Yeah, pretty much. Besides maybe 1 or 2 jumps near the end, but
Yeah.
sometimes there's some camera issues.
He's going for Mac jump and he misses it. That's unfortunate.
Losing about 18 seconds. He might go for it again.
He is. He actually is. He again fails it.
Traitor catching up as he
Yes.
has finished Sand Ocean. He took it slow and
70.
steady, but
Slow and steady wins the race. That's what they say, right?
and Tommy not going for it anymore.
Smart decision.
Traitor just under 30 seconds away from Tommy. Now I think Tommy's good to go for the rest of the stage.
Yes, I think so too.
Makes that cycle.
Very nice.
Oh.
How do you know Tommy as a runner?
Tommy, I'd say, is the same thing Traitor does, honestly. He loves his erosion knuckles, which is, I think, very important, though, for running this, because you can lose tons of time if you don't know your pieces.
Yeah, I agree with that.
More than, let's say, dying on the shadow stage when there's a checkpoint 15 seconds away, for example. But
Yeah, I spoke with Tommy a little bit earlier. I managed to ask him a few questions. He's been running since November 2015. With started out with doing knuckle stages, knuckle centurions, and he's kind of afraid of the RNG in this game.
it can make a huge difference, especially when we get to the later rounds of this tournament.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because you'll see a lot of runners have the same, like similar styles, but just RNG is going to see who gets further than the other person. Tommy now heading to A quarters, as Traitor has just finished. Radical Highway.
Alright, let's see what pieces Tommy will get.
I guess I'm going to have to find that key first.
X1372. There's
Yellowhead.
Ooh. Oh, and
Oh, this is very nice. It just got a lot more interesting. As he gets the digging upgrade, which allows him to dig for hidden pieces.
this RNG looks pretty good. Condor's egg.
Alright, and Trader got X marks the spot, I believe. Couldn't really read it.
Yeah.
I got it!
And Tommy finishes with a 38.
It's very, very nice. Without using any death threats.
How is that? Perfect? Like me?
Tommy starting Lost Colony. You wanted to speak about it?
Yeah, of course. Lost Colony is it's an easy stage. It's the point in the run where you can say like, all right, I've done the most difficult things now. The biggest part of the run is over now. Sand Ocean is over. Iron Gate is over. Dry Lagoon is over. You can get yourself a small breather, and say to yourself, all right, how am I standing in this? What do I need to do? What's up next? So, Tommy will now he's about to get the hover upgrade, which will allow him to do hover jumps. Hover jumps is
Go ahead.
right, hover jumps is when you jump, when you start hovering right after you jump, and make that a little bit easier. You pause. You use pause buffering, pause jumping for that.
And with pause hovering, basically it tries to put two inputs very close to each other, and that gives you a little more extra height that you can do to pass some things that normally you wouldn't be able to.
Yes, we'll see the full extent of that in the next stage.
And Tommy's SFX for this stage.
Yes, I noticed that this isn't the original music for this stage. This is from Sonic Adventure 1.
Overall, I think Dark Story, it gets much easier as you go on, wouldn't you say?
Compared to Hero Story, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's easier. It's more it's more about execution of movements and smaller tricks compared to something like City Escape Skip or Crazy Gadget Skip or even Skip Skip.
Yeah. Or Final Rush Skip as well.
Yes.
He finishes with a 219.
Quite nice, I would say.
It's very well respected. Traitor just gets bopped by an enemy.
Small mistakes like this will cost him.
Weapons bad.
Yes, weapons bed is what the level I was talking about. I will see the full extension of the hover jump. Normally we would have to get an upgrade here, that's to the left, but Tommy skips it.
It's just, and this is the only stage you need that upgrade for, anyways.
Yes. In the other stages, it isn't a big deal, or not a deal at all.
Yeah, Dark Story, you can skip a few upgrades that aren't really needed, as in Dark Story. I mean, Hero Story, and
Yes.
you'll see that in later stages as well, with Shadow.
Yes, because the upgrade Tommy skipped was the big cannon upgrade, which allows you to destroy these metal boxes, the light gray ones. But with hover jumping, we can jump over them.
And Traitor finishes with a 228.
Let's see how he does weapons bad. Tommy does get the ring route just right.
Some people say getting speed shoes there is slower.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean,
And you see Tommy going for satellite jump.
he got it first try, which is pretty impressive. He finished up with a time of 1:26. That's very nice.
Very good.
I would say everything under 130 is very good, and everything under 140 decent.
Sure Crazy 1, Tommy is ahead.
Eggman, you won't get away with this.
Yes. So Tommy's now in the Tails 1 fight. We'd love to explain it, but by the time I'm done explaining, he's halfway through the next stage.
With the 14-second Tails 1.
Very, very good.
Tommy starting Security Hall. Maybe his RNG will be less nice to him.
Yes, if you get horrible energy in this stage, it can make or break your run.
And every speedrunner with Dark Story hopes not to get a double safe piece.
Or any safe piece at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it is possible to get all three pieces down in the lower area next to a cardboard box. I think that's a yellow piece.
Traitor finishes with a 130.
Also very nice.
Looks like a red.
Oh, for red. Okay. It looks like he knows his pieces better than we do. But this
Piled up containers.
pile of
Oh,
containers.
it's a good one. Finishes with a 46, I think that says.
45, 46 seconds. That's very nice. Yeah, 45.
5. And Traitor, as you see, is finishing up Tails 1
Like me?
with just a few frames slower than Tommy. Tails is very different from Eggman fight with Hero Story.
Yes.
You want to explain Flying Dog?
All right. Flying Dog. It's like kind of a reskin of Hotshot. Let's see what Tommy does. Tommy's not going for the first hit. Let's see. Does he get? He's going for the manipulation. He is. What Tommy's doing right now is manipulating Flying Dog into staying into that corner, which makes it way easier to kill him. Straight, he got his second piece was the letter L.
Oh.
Looks like he's less nice RNG. I mean, now in the white jungle.
Traitor was having trouble with where this piece was located at. White Jungle. This can be a very tedious stage on GameCube as well.
Yes, I can agree on that. Uh,
And sometimes when you go under one of those wood things, and sometimes the floor just wants to clip you out.
yes, I've seen it happen to Juice, who's also one of our competitors in this tournament, who will be racing this Monday.
Mhm.
He is on GameCube, so we might actually see that from him. I do hope not, because it's
Yeah.
very unlucky if it happens.
This is a very close race with how their PBs are.
Yes, that's true.
Tommy going for mini wall run.
Alright, let's see.
Now starting his own flying dog.
See if Traitor goes for the first hit.
Tommy
He is, and he does get it.
Ooh,
Ooh, Tommy
goes.
misses the skip. And that's actually the second time we see light shoes in this run. In this race, tournament race.
I think we'll see it more throughout the next two races, round one.
Yes.
This is also a round two race
That's
between Tommy the 3rd seat and Traitor the 14th seat. About to announce
yes,
that.
I'm looking at the schedule right now.
And Tommy finishes up with a 144 as Traitor finishes Flying Dog with a 47.
Yes. As I'm looking at the standings right now, there are only 2 round 1 races left. One is late today at 10 p.m. if I'm not mistaken.
9
It's at 9 p.m.
on SG5.
Yes, I'm SpeedGaming 5. And the other one is this Monday between Juice and myself.
Then we will begin round 2 races. And then once that's finished, we'll be starting loser brackets.
Yes, already one race of loser brackets has been done. It's a race between Kit and Southern Motorboat. Kit won that. And from winners round, the only round 2 race done now is between Ethmar and Kit, and Ethmar won that race.
Tommy finishes Sonic 1 with 11 seconds.
That's very good.
As you see Tommy starting the only racing stage on Dark Story Route 280. And he with
Traitor
another
takes an unfortunate death.
Traitor. And Tommy with an edited SFX file yet again.
Yes. I have to say those changing your music, editing those files doesn't really do anything for your time, I believe. Doesn't gain or lose you any time.
It just gives you better music to listen to.
Yes,
and some of these stages are very top notch.
I myself have turned all the music off for Sonic Adventure 2 because it was driving me crazy. And Tommy's going for some style points. He's going to drive backwards. That's also doesn't really do anything besides just styling.
Pumpkins, this game was made in 2001. That's why. But both of these runners are running on the Steam version, which was released in 2011, I believe.
I want to say 2011, 2012. I'll look it up real quick for you.
And Traitor finishes with a 149. White Jungle.
Yes, the Steam version was released, I see, 19 November 2012. Originally, this game came out on the Dreamcast, and after that, it got remade for the GameCube. Much later, it got an HD remake for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And eventually, we got the Steam version, which 95% of the runners use, I would say.
Most of them use Steam version.
Yes,
And all the different makes of the game. There are some skips that are easier on others, and some that are harder on others, so...
yeah, the
and
Dreamcast
most
version, I would say, has some completely different strategies. It's in Security Hall. Was it? In Security Hall. If you have any save pieces, you can kind of glitch your hitbox through the safe door and get the pieces that way without having to open them.
Yeah,
And Traitor also.
it looks like a 2-minute 30-second lead that Tommy has.
Yes, Tommy is pulling himself ahead little bits by bit.
Finishing with the 2:49.
Very nice, very nice.
And Traitor also doing backwards, as we see. He's just copying what Tommy does. Tommy now
Tommy's
starting the
Skyrail.
Skyrail, which is a very fast stage.
Yes. Maybe I have to explain the strategy you'll be using before he gets there. So if you wanna go ahead.
Okay, you'll see him in a little bit. He'll jump off this rail. He'll land on a pumpkin head, and he'll land on 2 other ones. Then he'll jump up on the church, and basically just skip that whole mountain. And then he'll skip another whole mountain again, a little bit, just a little bit, and basically the stage, you want it done in less than 60 seconds overall. Ooh, Tommy, having some
He's having
trouble.
a little bit of trouble, yes.
I think under 50 seconds is very good. Like, you're going the right places. As he finishes up with a 48-second.
Maybe I didn't try hard enough.
That stage can basically be as long as a boss fight. So, in Dark Souls.
Yes.
Depending on your level.
There are boss fights that take longer than that.
Also, and now he's in a golem, you'll see him shooting towards the arm. Because for some reason the arm has more damage points towards it to unlock the little things on his chest. And you blow those up, and then he dies. And Tommy
Tommy's styling again. He died at the same moment. As he finishes the stage, which gives him a little bit of control in the victory screen.
Traitor just lost about over a second towards Tommy in Route 280. Wrong light. You want to explain Mad Space clues?
Yes. In Mad Space, everything is in reverse. The first hint will be a mirror. Second hint will say something the opposite about the location. If it's in a tall place, if it says it's in a low place, it will be up top. And the third hint will say where to absolutely not look. And Tommy just got a free piece. That is very nice.
Tommy's RNG this whole run was...
He's made some very nice sacrifices to the RNG gods.
Wonder if he's ahead. Let me go check.
It's gotta be close.
52 seconds. That's very nice.
Don't know if he's ahead of his PB.
What you say?
I said I'm not sure
How is
about his PB time. Because he's comparing against Traitor, so. He's 2 minutes and 32 seconds ahead of Traitor, for anyone wondering. For exact timing.
As we're now seeing Tommy get into Knuckles, the Knuckles fight. Would you go ahead and explain Knuckles?
Basically, you will try and get the first hit, which is a drill dive down on top of Knuckles. Then you just want to do handstands, basically, on Knuckles, which you just spam A, then B, A, and B. and you want to get a ring just to make sure, just in case you get hit.
I must protect the master.
He gets an.
That's
Is it 18 seconds or 15? I can't really see.
15.
15. As you can really see it on my screen.
Finishing
Yeah.
up with a 49th second. Very good.
Also
I think-
very good.
I think Tommy might do tower skip because he's probably ahead of his PB right now. So
We'll see. I'm very curious. Might be the very first person to actually successfully pull off tower skip. I think we've only seen two
I think-
people try it before.
I think Traitor had a death in Skyrail as well.
He had. I saw it. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. He did had a death, which was unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it was about 20 seconds.
Or maybe a little bit of explanation about Cosmic Wall. The gravity in the stage is much lower than in other stages. As you can see, he falls way slower. He can hover way further. And actually, he's going for it. Is he
Traitor
getting it? He doesn't. I mean, does not get tower skip.
Traitor getting a container within a container. This is very different RNG between these two runners.
Yes.
It looks like Tommy is doing the Cosmic Wall skip, which basically he just flies towards the end of the stage. It can be
Yes, he'll-
slower than doing the stage normally sometimes, depending on movement. But overall, you just fly in one direction for a while until you see the ending tube. And once you see that, you move over some, and then you just drop with it.
Yes. This, we'll be seeing this for the next 2 minutes.
So Traitor is having trouble.
The top of the capsule. It's a quite of a weird hint because it can mean two different pieces. One is at the top of the capsule, and the other one is at the bottom.
Even though it's supposed to be reversed. Blue light balcony.
That's also a weird hint, I would say, because it's not on the blue light balcony. This game is more of those hints that got lost in translation. So, like two-colored container. It's also something that can mean a lot of different hints, especially in this stage.
And in the stage with later runs, especially with GameCube, you'll see that him having much more trouble with this stage than our PC runners. Because they added a lot more hints to PC Xbox version than the original like GameCube Dreamcast. They have very few hit monitors in that stage.
Yes, Traitor is now also in Knuckles 1. Let's see how he does this. Actually, I want to give a quick shout out to both our runners. They're both playing very well. And
Puffle,
also,
not always. Some people use the original soundtrack. And Tommy finishes up with 3 minutes and 54 seconds.
and Traitor
very
also a 15-second Knuckles fight.
That was too close.
Yeah, Tommy's PB is a 26-26 IGT and 36-35 RTA.
What have you done to Sonic?
Yes. Also,
It's gonna be
Yeah.
close for him.
I asked him about his other PBs. He has a 24 35 IGT in Hero Story, and a 1 hour, 1 minute, and 43 seconds in all stories, also in game time. As Tommy just finished up Tales 2, I blinked so I missed it.
It looks like Tommy is behind of his PB. Well, in his PB, he started Final Chase with 33s. 33-37. So, he's only about 40 seconds, 50 seconds behind his PB. And Traitor is having to ride I don't know what it's really called, but basically
We call it the roller coaster.
he's basically losing tons of time now since he didn't get the skip.
It's very unfortunate. Tommy just did a little trick where he used his hover frames to his advantage. In this game you have 60 hover frames. If you do a small hop and then pass, pass with a... Ooh, he dies.
Gravity tubes.
Gravity tubes. They are horrendous in this game. I don't think we've seen this part of Cosmic Wall before the Traitors on now. I don't think we've seen it much.
This will probably be one of the few times you'll see that little section.
Second time I can remember it. Alright, this time he's now going for the Final Chase mini skip, where he changes his gravity to pull him towards a different point, except down, and it will allow him to skip quite a bit of the stage.
Ooh, Traitor's one hit from death as well.
Might want to look for a health bag so he doesn't die.
You think he's gonna go for the last gravity tube skip? Or just get it, or just finish the run?
Does have some lives left, and he is ahead far enough to do it.
Oh,
He is going for it. See if he holds his gravity. Does. Very, very well executed.
Whoa! He gets
And
turned
he
off
gets
the
screwed
gravity.
up. Let's see if he goes for it again. He is.
No, hopefully this time. There we go. Finishing up with the 214.
It's very
Even though
nice.
that one death, but still very good time.
Maybe I didn't try hard enough.
As Tommy's now going into the Sonic 2 fight. It's the last boss fight of the game. How would you explain the mechanics of this boss fight?
Okay, basically you want to hit Sonic in a rhythm, and that kills him much faster than having to do the Sonic fight normally, as you would most of the time would have to wait until he would do his move, then you would go up behind him and sneak attack him. But you just have a bounce rhythm and you can kill him in about less than 20 seconds. As he finishes up with the 17-second shot at Sonic 2, he gets a 38-17.
That's very, very nice. With that, I want to congratulate Tommy on his victory.
I think we might have an interview with Tommy at the end.
Yeah, I would love to have one with both our runners,
Yes.
if they're up for it.
I'll ask them.
What have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this.
As Traitor's now into Tails 2 himself, let's see what strategy he's going to use.
Ooh.
Oh,
Traitor
Traitor
takes
takes
the
a death. That laser beam is very unforgiving.
What have you done to Sonic?
Yes, it
I'll never
is.
forgive you for this.
It's basically a 2-hit as well.
I would say it would kill you in 3 hits if you are on full health.
Yeah. Most of the time you get hit by something else along the way. Oh, and then he finishes with the 17-second, very nice second try.
Very, very nice. Well, it's 3 seconds faster than Tommy. Tommy didn't have the death, of course.
Now, Traitor starting the final stage of the game, final chase. Let's see what strats he's going to use.
Also going for the hover hair. Also takes a small offer over there. I haven't seen that before.
He's also not picking up any rings.
Maybe just missed them.
There we go. Just in case he gets hit by something near the end. He has two lives, technically, but
Yes. If your life count is on 0, it means you have 1 more life left.
because this game is made in 2001 and Traitor on his last life. Let's give him some good luck, shall we?
As I remember, back in the days when playing video games, it was always a hassle trying to figure out if if you have 1 life left on your counter. Means like this is my last try, or do I have 2 tries left? Or something back in the day. Kinda weird.
He just needs to. That jump is very hard for Traitor, it looks like. He's having some difficult time with that jump. Now, Tommy. If Tommy had the same RNG as Traitor, I think this race would be a lot closer.
Yes, this goes to show what RNG can do to a run, to a race, how much of a difference it can make.
And Traitor gets mini skip.
Very nice.
I think Tommy's gonna show some sand walking.
I think he will.
When he has that hover to help him. And he... oh, no. Almost got it first try.
Looks very promising. Maybe we should explain sand walking a little bit.
Okay, so basically, you're trying to get it on the one of the correct frames, and once you hit that capsule, it will fly you into the air, and then you head towards the Mystic Melody on the stage. And sometimes you try to get a hit by the bombs that one of the enemies throw at the end, and then you pick up the Mystic Melody upgrade. Then you use the Mystic Melody to go about halfway into the stage. And it saves more time than just going through the stage completely.
As Tommy almost got it. Traitor is now going into Sonic 2 himself. We'll see how he executes this.
All right, Shadow. Time for me to finish this.
Ooh. He didn't get his first hit far enough.
Unfortunate.
And he finishes up with a 44.02. Very respected time in a
A
race setting
respectable time.
with
Yes,
his RNG factors he's had. Now
I
I'm
agree
gonna
with you.
get them in for an interview.
I'd love to.
Well, Tommy can't do an interview.
Oh, we can still have Traitor on.
We'll see if he wants an interview. Yes, he does. Oh, that's typing. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hey, Trader.
Hey, how's it going?
That was a interesting race.
Yeah.
Tommy
Congratulations.
RNG.
How was Tommy's RNG? I didn't see it.
Godlike.
It was very, very terrible.
I wish. I got some bad RNG myself. Second piece was a
He
jail
finished-
piece for Dry Lagoon.
Yeah.
I did finish. That's one thing. But I had some of the worst RNG there was, which was a pain, but what are you gonna do? It's just RNG.
Let's say I think Tommy got a free piece in almost everything.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
That's insane RNG.
He got
Yes,
22
he
seconds.
made some weird sacrifices.
Yeah, 22 second Dry Lagoon. Pretty sure it was.
God.
Basically, an RNG you would want in a race setting.
Mhm.
Well, what do you think about your own run that you just made?
Okay, so at first it was going decently, except for the time loss in Sand Ocean from dying a few times, but that was fine. It was fine, but Egg Quarters was a little annoying just because I took a terrible route for it. We kept going, everything was okay until I reached Flying Dog and White Jungle. So it was really weird. Flying Dog, I just kept missing the actual spiral uppers. And White Jungle decided to be laggy for some reason. So that was really interesting.
That's unfortunate.
hmm RNG overall was pretty bad. And then the cherry on top, I guess I would say, is Cosmic Wall and missing Cosmic Wall skip.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate.
hmm Otherwise, I'm fine. It wasn't a great run, but it was a decent run to do. I never really had any expectation of beating Tommy.
You guys were very tied in the first about 10 minutes of the run, though. And then Tommy's RNG just overtook you, and then he, with the movement and stuff, got farther and farther ahead.
Yeah.
I know he got a 22 second Dry Lagoon, 54 second
That's
something.
insane. Is there any other questions?
Do you have
I don't have any. Oh, yes, I've got one. Question. What's your favorite color?
any?
Blue. Blue is my favorite color.
Fake Dark Story Runner. Okay, and yeah, it was Mad Space. He had a 56 Mad Space.
hmm
Then he got
Let's see, who am
got a
I?
free piece and everything as well.
Yeah,
Trader, you're versing the loser of Cymar. I mean, the winner of Cymar and either SCT or Godly.
Okay. So that'll be
Uh,
interesting.
Let's see. Tommy is up against.
Either
The winner of-
Trophy or Pioneer.
Yes.
Which that would be a very interesting race to watch as well.
Hmm.
I think a lot of the round 2 races are going to be very nice to watch.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of close races too, which is gonna be interesting.
And then the loser bracket as well.
Oh yeah. Everything's gonna be a lot more evened out after the first few rounds. Or the first round and second round, I guess.
And we have another race coming up tonight at 9 o'clock against Ski Craze Teddy and Godly. So the loser of that will have a losers round bracket coming up very soon. And then you'll find out who you're versing.
Yes. And next race after that is Monday the 30th at 7 p.m. between Anthony Juice and myself.
And then that will wrap up round 1.
Yes.
Then we'll have round 2. Then we'll do some losers brackets. Then we'll start the best of 3s.
Nice. That should make things way more interesting.
The schedule in the bracket you can find from !SA2B. Make sure you give these wonderful runners a follow. And if you liked this commentary, you can also give your everyday speedrunner a follow.
But don't forget to give a shout out to yourself, huh?
And nah, that's not needed.
Alright, then I'll shout you out, and I want to give a big thanks to my co-host, demoted staff. Got the guy a follow. He's worth it. No matter what he says, it's worth it.
Okay, and I think that wraps up this race.
Yes, I want to thank everybody for watching, for cheering on in chat, and thanks for the runners for giving such an amazing race.
Maybe we'll go see some Traitor practice some Dark Story. And
That would be weird.
No, I'll do it for sure.
make
I
sure
wanna
you
make
give
sure-
Speed,
I'm sorry.
make sure you give SpeedGaming a follow on SpeedGaming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're from Spain, well, you can go follow the Spanish channel, or you can follow the French channel, or you can follow the German channel. There's tons of races happening all over. And I think that will wrap up this race now.
Mhm.
And thank you everyone for watching. It was an amazing race between these two